We are still just getting back into the swing of things postpartum. We had a sickness run through this house. All 3 of the older people got it. Thankfully the newborn did not, so that's cool. But we are just still getting back into the swing of things. And I thought I would share with you guys what that looks like and just kind of share with you guys our week. That will be a very slow-paced week because we're just still not moving that quick postpartum and with the adjustment to 2 kids. A very random task I have to do is figure out how to decrystallize this honey, and I'm reading that I can put it in my crock pot with water on low. I don't know if I should do that in a plastic bottle, but no, we're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it?
We're gonna try it. If you have been around here for any amount of time, you know that I use and love caraway pans, which is why I'm excited to introduce them as a sponsor of today's video. As the keeper of our home, I put a lot of effort into the foods that I am making for my family. I want them to be nutritious and as healthy as possible, and I don't want my pans working against me in that goal. That is one of the reasons why I love using caraway and have for over a year now. I love the ability to have a non-stick pan that doesn't have toxic materials like PTFE or Teflon. Most fry pans sold in America have these forever chemicals in them that take decades to leave your bodies and can cause serious health issues. And believe it or not, I don't want that going into our food that I am feeding my family, especially after I've already spent so much time to make it nutritious. Caraway's cookware is made with ceramic. That means it's all natural and completely free of toxins. My favorite Caraway products are in their cookware set. It has a saute pan, a fry pan, a Dutch oven, and a saucepan. It also includes lids for the pans and storage. Whenever you buy them in this bundle, you save 20%. So I definitely recommend bundling them whenever you go to make the non-toxic swap for your kitchen. You can also stack my code on top of that for an additional 10% off. If you are wanting to swap out your pans for a non-toxic alternative, check out Caraway. I strongly recommend the cookware set because you can save 20% by bundling, and then you can stack my code SWEETDAYS to get an additional 10% off. You can use my code to save on all of their products site-wide. I know that you guys will love your Caraway pans just as much as we do. Thanks so much to Caraway for sponsoring today's video. For me to feel truly good about a reset in our house, I have to get a Walmart order here, just so I know we have enough food. Uh-oh, grab that. Will you please pick it up? As we get back into the swing of things, I'm trying to just go back to the basics of homemaking, and one of the best tips for me that I've ever seen was to start dinner right after breakfast. So I am cleaning up from breakfast now, and I'm starting dinner in the sense that I'm working on getting the meat thawed, and I will try and make this before lunch. But that's just one of the tips that really helps me think of food, because that's the thing I'm most likely to forget is meals and planning and all that kind of stuff. And so I'm just going back to the basics this week. course, simple meals are on my brain. So tonight we're just doing nachos. This is something that I fall back on quite a bit, and obviously wouldn't have needed that much prep. Like, I don't think it's critical that I would have been prepping before breakfast. I meant after breakfast, but this way it'll be done. Dinner tonight will be extremely easy and honestly tasty because we both love having nachos.
At dinner time that night, all we had to do was get the meat out of the fridge, get some chips onto some sheet pans, and get our favorite toppings on the nachos. It's really the easiest meal, especially whenever you already have the meat done from earlier in the day. And so this is another one of those meals where if I knew I had a busy evening coming up or a busy week coming up, I would plan on falling back on this meal just because it's so simple and so tasty.
I have not made seafood in an extremely long time because it didn't sound good basically my entire pregnancy. And so now that she's here, I want to make some seafood. So I have some cod thawing, and I'm gonna do a rice bowl situation with like a mango avocado salsa. I think it's gonna be really tasty. What? That is?
This is a meal that feels fancy and fun and like it should be hard, but it's actually really, really easy, and it would be even easier if you prepped the mango salsa ahead of time. My husband and I both had the same thought that we should make a big batch of this mango salsa at the beginning of the week and then have this just a couple times throughout the week because it's super, super easy to bake the fish and make the rice, and then all you have to do is top it with this mango salsa, and it is really tasty and nutritious. And so this is definitely a recipe that I recommend for feeling fancy without a lot of effort.
One of my friends also just had a baby at home. She had him last night, and one thing that I noticed is that people kind of forget you need food like right away, which is one reason I was really glad I had some freezer meals. But I offered to bring her over dinner tonight, and so I'm gonna make chicken tortilla soup for my family's lunch and their dinner.
This time around, I am wanting to put a pretty heavy emphasis on eating nutritious meals, and so this went right in line with that, and also I hope was beneficial to my friend as she recovers postpartum as well. What I'm looking for usually whenever I mean nutritious is just meals that I can easily incorporate a lot of protein, a lot of vegetables, which I'm not the best at eating the amount of vegetables that I should, so soups make it easier, and then also bone broth. I love incorporating bone broth into basically any meal that I can during the winter time. I mean, I do like to do it during the summer too, but during the winter it's a lot easier. So this meal kind of checks all the boxes for what I am looking for postpartum.
I don't always think it's worth it to use the KitchenAid to shred chicken, but whenever I have a large amount, I like to use it.
I think one of the biggest adjustments whenever it comes to having a newborn is just having a little human to hold basically with everything that you do. I remember this kind of blowing my mind with my daughter, and it is also just shocking me a little bit this time around. Even though I fully knew that I should have expected it, it was just one of those things that you do everything that you did before, but while holding a baby. And that is a really sweet thing, but also can sometimes be a little bit overwhelming.
Because we happen to have a newborn too, I'm gonna send her with some diapers, and I'm gonna send her with a couple avocados and some tortilla chips, and then a big bowl of soup.
Another super simple meal that we had this week was sloppy joes. This is one of my husband's absolute favorite meals, and it's made even tastier and easier by having frozen hamburger buns in the freezer. So before I had my baby, I whipped up some hamburger bun dough and then froze it, and this was the first time that I actually tried baking it from frozen, and they worked out really well. The crust was a bit crunchy, but other than that, they were really tasty and really easy to do. So it's an easy way to have a pretty healthy meal done in not a lot of time. I hope that this week's video inspired you guys to take it slow when you need to take it slow in your homemaking. We definitely needed to take it slow this week, coming off of a sickness and having a newborn. So I hope that inspired you, that it's okay for you to do that too if you need to. As always, thank you so much for being here and watching, and I will see you guys here next week on our Sweet Sunny Days. Don't forget to head to the link in my description to check out Caraway for non-toxic cookware.